Good evening from northern Minnesota. I'm on an island on a beautiful lake in a national park near the Canadian border. It's the last day of September, but the weather has been amazingly mild and warm. I mean, I could just sleep out on the bedrock Canadian shield on a sleeping bag tonight, and I may do that. The stars are coming out. You can't really see them yet, but I've been planning to make at least one video about addiction, and perhaps more. But I thought when I was feeling a little inspired tonight, I'd just give a few more thoughts about the nature of addiction. And I honestly think a lot of addictions come from a lack of faith in our own divine nature. I mean, think about how you would feel. How likely would you be to be addicted to a substance or shopping or food, sex, pornography, anything, if you really felt that you had divinity and access to presence and beingness itself within you? Like you wouldn't be craving something from the outside to feel like you wouldn't feel that you needed something outside yourself to complete yourself. You would feel totally whole most of the time. And I think that is why we are educated from a young age by the modern educational system to always look outside ourselves for completion. You look to an expert to tell us how to fix our health, and to the doctors, the medical system, or if you're having some problem adjusting to society, they send you to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and they drug you or tell you you have a stigmatizing label like schizophrenic or depression or anxiety disorder. You're told that you need to get a job and pay taxes and be a productive citizen instead of following your dream, because your dream just can't be enough. There's no way that what you're passionate about naturally could possibly be good enough to provide for yourself, to make a living. And I'm realizing how much bullshit that all is. I mean, every form of addiction is a craving to be made complete by something outside yourself, whether it's shopping, sex, alcohol, drugs, whatever it is, or addiction to security. Because no, you can't depend upon yourself and your own resources. You need the system. You need a job from a nameless, faceless corporation or entity to be safe. Well, I'm sorry to tell everybody, and myself, there is no safety. That's an illusion. So, knowing that, maybe we should look within for completeness. Maybe we should be open to change and to the constant flow of creative energy that comes from within and from God. And from just this creative universe, which comes from the spark of consciousness, from Atman or God or the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. I mean, creativity is absolutely everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's creation going on. Flowers growing, plants, animals being born, and it's just absolutely stunning when you think about it. Now, nature is also brutal. There's lots of predation going on. Lions eating zebras and spiders eating flies. And that's true. But I no longer believe that we can protect ourselves from the realities of existence through something outside of ourselves. And I'm struggling with that myself right now. I last week I put in my notice to my current employer, and I'm going on to something new. And that something new is working for another entity, another company. But it will give me more freedom. It will, I hope, be a transition to something far more creative and independent. And at least I'm starting the process, right? But even putting that memo in my boss's box caused anxiety, and I could have easily lapsed into a kind of an addictive mindset where or try to deal with the anxiety through some form of, it's almost like a child self-pacifying by rocking or chewing on his blanket, right? Like his baby blanket for anxiety, like Linus and Peanuts. But I think that we can find the courage within to say, no, I don't need to follow those mechanical, repetitive patterns of addiction. I don't need a beer every night when I come home from work to unwind. I don't need to go shopping on Amazon and buy shit I don't need. I don't need to go to the same job day after day, grinding my life away just to avoid a sense of unease or a sense that I'm going to be unsafe because I'm following a different path, Anyway, that's all I have for you right now. Totally ad lib chain of consciousness video, and hope everybody's having a wonderful night. Oh, there's some lightning in the distance. It's been interesting tonight. There's been lightning and even thunder in the distance, but so far it's been a beautiful night.